Ava walks in the kitchen from her morning run. She grabs the coffee pot and starts to make a cup, earphones in her ear, too distracted to notice the dark figure watching her every move. She grabs a spoon from the drawer and starts stirring her coffee. Removing her earphones, the detective words echoing in her head. A Jane Doe body found. Her mind floods with screams of Denise begging, pleading for her life. Ava, I watched the building collapse by myself, how could Chelsea think? Her mind wandered to the yellow envelope. Her feet dragged her there as if a magnet was pulling her. Inspecting the package, she turned the envelope upside down, watching as all the items fell out. She laid the items out across the counter, staring at them questionably. Curiosity quickly followed. The ringing from the phone snapped her back into reality. She glanced down at her phone. Unknown caller ID moved across the screen as her phone continued to vibrate. With everything going on lately, and the stress from the upcoming party, she decided to let it go to voicemail. She didn't need anything else interrupting her master plan. She planned on revealing everything at the party Saturday. Soon enough none of this would matter. The detective, Chelsea, Brandon, the Jane Doe, she wanted it all to disappear, especially that bitch Denise. Ava heads upstairs to her closet. She makes her way to a silky, long, champagne-color dress. Zipped up in a plastic cover, smiling to herself, she runs her hands down both sides of the cover, grabs it by the hanger, holding it up to her body, admiring herself in the mirror. 2 more days and she'd have everything that was rightfully hers. Sure, she'd had to step on some toes to get where she was today, didn't they all? Everyone had paid a price to live the kind of life she'd only read about in magazines and seen in movies. That was her reality. She was determined to change her fate at any cost. She caught a glimpse of her medication sitting on her dresser in the mirror. She moved towards it. Attached to it was a note that read, "One more refill before you'll have to check in with your doctor. B." She picked up the pill bottle, shook it and then placed it inside her pocket. This will definitely help her tie up her loose ends. A dark figure walked past behind her. She turned around expecting to see D. Strangely, she was met by her own reflection staring back at her. Was she going crazy? Maybe the lack of sleep had her seeing and experiencing strange things. Last night she'd sworn she heard a woman's voice whispering her name while she was asleep. When she woke, the whole house had been empty. She'd brushed it off, got a drink of water and went right back to bed. Every year around Denise's death date things would feel a little eerie, but nothing dangerous ever happened. She walked back to the closet and placed her dress back on its holder. With one final look at the dress, she turned around and headed out of her bedroom. She was hit by a faint smell of a familiar fragrance. She knew the smell all too well. It had been on of Denise's favorite Victoria's Secret perfume. She'd figured Bianca helped herself to her collection upon dropping off her medication. Who could blame her? That was one of their best fragrances, golden apricot and honey. She'd bought it a few years after Denise's passing. Brandon instantly took a liking to it. Smells like home, that's all he would say, then he'd hold her tightly in his arms. She tried to not let his grieving for Denise get to her. She had no reason to be jealous. After all, the bitch was dead, and dead people can't be a problem, or so she thought. She ignored the scent and headed to the kitchen to get her phone. She dialed Brandon's number. 1 ring, 2 ring, 3. She tapped her finger impatiently on the counter. He picked up on the 4th ring. "Brandon, hey baby," he says, a little out of breath. "Ava, busy?" She spoke softly into the phone. "Brandon, finishing up the last of the paperwork for them to sign." "Ava, I miss you, bed felt empty without you next to me." "Brandon, deal is almost sealed, just need a few more days." "Ava, a few more days? The party is days away, everyone is expecting you and I both to be there, not to mention your mom." "Brandon, I'll handle mom." Brandon cut her off. "I'll be back in time for the party." "Ava, have you talked to her today? She didn't call last night." "Brandon, she said she had a lot of meetings and not to bother her, but she expects us to host an incredible party. She believes in us." Ava, backing out days away from the day of the party, her typical BS. "More like she believes in you." She sneered. "She never liked me." After the funeral she became very cold. No one was better for her son, no one but Denise, Ava thought to herself. "Brandon, I'm sure it was an urgent matter, otherwise she wouldn't have cancelled. Besides, you know how moms can get, just give her what she asks for and everybody day will be a lot less stressful." Ava mouthing and mimicking Brandon on the other end of the phone. "Brandon, hey," he pauses, "I know you tend to get a bit overwhelmed, so I'll send my assistant over to fill in until I get back. Play nice. Ava, thank you babe, and what is that supposed to mean? I'm fairly tolerable. Brandon, yeah, he takes in a deep breath, fairly is a bit extensive, he chuckles. Ava, whatever man, babe, are you sure you're okay? You sounded a lil out of breath to be going over paperwork, she asked intriguingly. She pressed her ear against the phone as if her life depended on it. Brandon clears his throat, yeah, the elevator is down, and I had to use the steps. You called just as I sat down. He paused, waiting for her response as Chloe walked in. Mid-sentence they locked eyes. He held his finger to his lips in hopes that Ava didn't hear. Ava cupped her mouth as she tries to make out the words coming through her phone. Ava, is that a bitch Brandon? She screamed, damn it, she said before she realized it. Brandon, calm down Ava, it's literally just the client. Ava, yeah okay nigga, you think I'm stupid or better yet you think you can play under my nose like I'm Denise, yo ass better be back here well before the day of the party. Out there roaming around with some random bitch, get home now. Brandon, Ava yo ass trip. Ava hangs up the phone before he could finish his sentence. Ava, you got time to take random bitches out of town, but not plan our party with me. Ava goes to check Brandon's closet, every suit, every pair of shoes and cufflinks all lay in the place it belongs. His favorite suitcase leaning up against the wall. Ava, didn't pack a damn thing. He bet the fuck not have spent any money on this random hoe she says rushing to the computer to check their bank accounts his at least. She smiled, it's all still there she says. Ava, no hard proof of cheating, she says as she shuts the laptop down. Maybe I'm being a bit dramatic. She reaches for her phone and decides to text Brandon this time. Hey babe. I'm sorry I love you. I hope you close that deal soon and hurry home to me.